Inverse sine function. It says sketch a function, and that's important, a function. Well, the original one would have looked like this. If it's the sine graph would have been like this, going on forever. And as a function, it can go on forever, because for every single value of x, there's only the one value. Now, the inverse function should be that reflected in the line y equals x. That way you're turning your answers into your original inputs, and your inputs into the results you want to obtain from it. So instead of that oscillating about the x-axis, it's going to, flipping that over, oscillate about the y-axis. So it's going to go, it's a bit messy to put this one in, something like this. It's going to go up that way. Same with this one, instead of oscillating there, it's going to be going the other way. Now that's no use, because that's not a function. Because for any value, then it's going to start hitting loads of times. So for it to be a function, I'd have to stop at the points at which it then starts to fold back in itself. Strictly speaking, that's all the graph would be of this if this had to be a function. So there's only one value for every input in x. And the other things would be this. That would have been the point pi upon 2, 1. So the reverse must be, that's the point 1 pi upon 2. This, which is this, I'm not drawing it very well, would have been the point negative pi upon 2, negative 1, which means that that's then going to be the point negative 1, negative pi upon 2. So that would be the graph of the function inverse sine of x, whereas the whole graph of it would just snake all the way along the y-axis as the original did along the x-axis. So what's the domain? Well, the domain means what numbers can I put in? Well, I can put anything from negative 1 to 1. So that means it's going to be x such that x is less than or equal to 1, greater or equal to negative 1, and x can be anything you like, so all the real numbers. What do you get out? I'll call it y, but you can just call it x again. You get out the numbers y such that y can be anything up to pi upon 2 or down to negative pi upon 2, and there's no reason to have not to have anything in between, so y can then be any real number within that interval.